We're looking at D.R. Horton, KB Homes, Toll Brothers. Why? Because they were all initiated overweight at Wells Fargo. We've made them our calls of the day. But, Doc, you know, these stocks have had huge runs. I mean, they've been monsters. Yeah. Over the last year, Toll Brothers is up 183%, KB Homes up 143%, Horton up 146%, the XHB is up 140%. Over the last 3 months, they're up at least 35%, almost all the way across the board. So, you know, saying, OK, overweight them now may be a little troublesome for some. But what do you think here?
Well, so they're going to report the 22nd, I think, Scott. And I own Horton. I like the upside that it's had, which, as you say, it's up 39% year to date. So that 140% last year number or year over year number that you just quoted is fantastic. 39% in the first 3.5 months of this year is blow away great. That graph is lower left to upper right, perfect movement. They're going to have about I think 70% increase if they do indeed report $2.20 or so, Scott. That's what the street's looking for. That'll be 70% improvement. So I guess to answer your question, is that as good as it gets? It's going to be tough, but these guys continue to outperform. Everybody knows inventory's tight, and it's hard to have, bring product on fast enough. But when you do, people are paying through the offering price in many cases, not in every market, but in a lot of markets. And that's good for all of the home builders that are in those hot markets. Yeah. And D.R. Horton's one of those that's in those hot markets. That's why I'm in these calls, Scott. And I'm selling, though, at the money calls just above where it's trading right now, because 40%, that's a phenomenal run. I'll take a little off the table if it goes through that strike.
Okay, Jason, that sets us up perfectly yet again. As good as it gets, right? This is the kind of conversation that we need to have right now as it relates to how. Yes, the housing market's red hot. Doc's exactly right. It doesn't look like it's going to cool off anytime soon either, unless you have a more meaningful rise in rates. But what about a stock that's already done so much, even in a sector that's so hot?
Yeah, this is a tough one. And I agree with John here. I mean, the only other point I would add on the D.R. Horton piece is, you know, affordable housing is so hard to find. Obviously, we've talked about the shortages and what's kind of going on in the housing market. You know, D.R. Horton, 65% of the homes that they delivered last year were under $300,000. You know, $313,000 is the median home price in America. So I expect these numbers to continue to grow. I expect them to continue to grow, but I do think that this might be a melting up position here, you know, in some of the home builders and some of the do-it-yourselves. But I think overall, it's still a hold for us. And I agree with John. I might do some trimming if it hits, you know, some higher levels here.
Yeah. I'm not surprised to hear either of you really talk about it that way, just given the run that they've had. Shan, you want in?
Yeah, I think I would say we're in a residential real estate renaissance here. And so if you feel like these home builders are a little bit expensive, think about the housing proximate stocks, like a Trex, for instance, that we have, Home Depot, even MLM building roads down in Texas. There's a lot of ways to play this real estate boom, and you don't have to do it necessarily in home builders if you feel like there might be a better entry opportunity.